to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. Consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. So once again, I thank everyone for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Let us move on to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all are joining the call today?
हरे कृष्ण भगवती वसुधा माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Preeti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashwati Priya Devidasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna Yashwati Priya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all the devotees. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit.
Hare Krishna Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. This is Shamagari Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna Shyamagori Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Vinita Gandharika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devirasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjulila Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Manjalila Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangirada Devidasi from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you Mataji for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna dear devotees, is there anyone who would like to introduce in the call today? Okay, I welcome all of you once again. Thank you everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are really fortunate to have His Grace Gaur Vilas Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 8.5.26. Before I hand over the call to Gaur Vilas Prabhuji, I would like to hand over the call to Dharangi Radha Mataji for the brief introduction. Hare Krishna. Over to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna. Here is a brief introduction about today's speaker. We are so fortunate to have His Grace Gaur Vilas Prabhuji on our call today. Prabhuji came to Krishna consciousness in 2004. He earned a MBBS degree from Grant Medical College. Prabhuji joined the ashram in 2010 and he was initiated as a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 2012. Prabhuji preaches in various medical and engineering colleges. He also conducts programs for doctors at Bhakti Vedanta Hospital and in corporate environments. He is a teacher of Bhakti Sastri and Bhakti Vaibhava courses. He also conducts congregational programs in Mumbai and Maharashtra. Gaur Vilas Prabhuji has done thorough studies of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. All glories to Prabhuji's all wonderful services, Mataji. This was a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Over to you.
Thank you, Mataji, for that brief introduction. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji, for regularly giving your time and association in this Bhakti Sangha conference call. We are really fortunate to have you on this call and to hear from you. Over to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you all the devotees for this opportunity to serve. We begin with our prayer. Om Jnana-Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Vayam Rupa Padam Hiyam Dadati Svapadam Vande Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padagamulam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sadrajata Samgana Ratnathanutam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Samgana Lalita Krishna Bhagatam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Mudivastade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vishwani Vishwanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sundravani Paschamtiri Satarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravatavin Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, thank you for this opportunity. So, today we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 5, entitled The Demigod Appeal to Lord for Protection. Verse number 26. Shri Brahma Uvacha Abhikriyam Satyam Anantamadhyam Guhashayam Nishkalam Pratarthim Manokrayanam Vachasanuruktam Namamahe Deva Varam Varenyam. Translation. Lord Brahma said, O Supreme Lord, O Changeless, unlimited Supreme Truth, you are the origin of everything, being all pervading, you are in everyone's heart, and also in that you have no material quality. Indeed, you are inconceivable. The mind cannot catch you by speculation. The words fail to describe you. You are the Supreme Master of everyone. Therefore, you are worshipable for everyone. We offer our obeisances unto you. For both, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not anything of material creation. Everything material must change from one form to another. For example, from earth to earthen pot, and from earthen pot to earth again. All our creations are temporary, impermanent. The Supreme Lord, however, is eternal. And similarly, the living entities who are parts of Him are also eternal. The Supreme Personality of God is Sanatana, eternal, and living entities are also eternal. The difference is that Krishna, God is supreme eternal, whereas the individual souls are minute fragments eternal. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Kshetratyam Chapimam Vidhi Sarvakshestreshu Bharata. Although the Lord is a living being and individual souls are living beings, Supreme Lord, unlike the individual souls, is Vibhu, all-pervading, Ananta, unlimited. The Lord is the cause of everything. Living entities are innumerable, but the Lord is one. No one is greater than him, and no one is equal to him. Thus, the Lord is the supreme worshipable object, as understood from the Vedic mantra, Atat Shamascha Abhirikascha Drishyate. The Lord is supreme because no one can evaluate him by mental preparation or jugglery of words. The Lord can travel more quickly than the mind. In the Shruti mantras of the Upanishad, it is said, Anejadekam Manaso Zariyo Naina Deva Atma Purvamasha Tathavadanyana Yeti Vishat Sapni Nabo Matarishva Dadati. Also fixed in the bow, Supreme Lord is swifter than the mind and can overcome all those running. Powerful demigods cannot approach. Although in one place he controls those who supply the rain and air. He surpasses all in excellence. Upanishad 4. Thus the Supreme is never to be equaled by subordinate living entities. Because the Lord is situated in everyone's heart and the individual living entity is not. Never should the individual living entity be equated with the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita 15.3, the Lord says, Sarvasya Chamam Viditannishtaha. I am situated in everyone's heart. This does not mean that that everyone is equal to the Lord. In the Shruti mantra, it is also said, Kritihi Ayam Atma Pratishtaha. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Satyam Param. Vedic mantras say, Satyam Jnanam Anantam and Nishkalam Nishpriyam Shantam Niravasyam. God is supreme. Although naturally he does not do anything, he is doing everything. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Maya Samidam Sarvam Jagadavyam Samurtina Mattani Sarvabhutani Nachaham Deshavastitaha. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. 9.4 Maya Sakshena Prasati Yate Sacharantaram Ketnani Kaunteya Jagadvi Parivartate. This material creation working under my direction, open up is producing all moving and unmoving beings. By its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Bhagavad Gita 9.10. But although the Lord is silent in his abode, he is doing everything through his different energy. All the Vedic mantras or Shruti mantras are included in this word spoken by Lord Brahma. For Brahma and his followers, the Brahma Sampradaya, understand the Supreme Personality of God through the Parampara. We have to gain understanding through the words of our predecessors. There are 12 Mahajans or authorities of whom Brahma is one. Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumara, Pilomanu, Prahlada, Janako, Vishnu, Bali, Vaya. We belong to the disciplic succession of Brahma. Therefore, we are known as Brahma Sampradaya. As the demigods follow Lord Brahma.
Prabhuji, I think today the voice is not as usual, little bit low and muffled, Prabhu.
Am I audible properly?
Yes, Prabhu. Now it's very.
Sorry, there was some change in the settings.
Thank you.
I'll just complete this purport. We belong to the disciplic succession of Brahma, and therefore we are known as Brahma Sampradaya. As the demigods follow Lord Brahma to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, We also have to follow the authorities of Parampara system to understand the Lord. Hare Krishna. So, huge long purport Srila Prabhupada has written explaining how living entities and the Supreme Lord, they can never be equal. Time and again, in scriptures, in Bhagavatam, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Prabhupada very elaborately emphasizes on this principle that we and the Supreme Lord, we can never become one. Srila Prabhupada, when he went to America, he started preaching Krishna consciousness. And he was very strong against Mayavadis and scientists, material scientists. And all his disciples, they were thinking, well, why Swamiji is so strong against these, people, Mayavadis? Because they were not able to understand what is Mayavad. So they were thinking maybe these people must have done something to Swamiji in India. That's why they are so very against, that's why Swamiji is very against Mayavadis. But we have to understand this principle that we and the Lord, we can never become one. We are always subordinate. We are always under the control of the Supreme Lord and the nature, material nature, made by the Lord. This desire to lord it over material nature, to prove that we are better than the Lord, that is the cause of our material existence. And our whole journey in our material world, it is to make us realize that we are not there, we have not come here. We have come here to enjoy, but actually we can't enjoy in this world. The moment we fell down from spiritual world, till the time we don't go back to the spiritual world, our entire journey, Krishna is orchestrating again and again. He is telling living beings, instructing all the jivas, just give up this mentality of lording over. We can never become one with the Lord. We can never become equal to Lord. We are always Anu and Lord is Vibhu. There's a beautiful definition of Mahatma. Chaitanya Charitamrita gives this definition. When Anu Atma serves Vibhu Atma, he becomes Mahatma. So our whole process is to make us come to this understanding, this conclusion that we have to serve the Vibhu Atma. We can never become one with the Lord. Srila Prabhupada writes in many places in Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam that when living entities, they try to lord it over material nature in different ways, and ultimately when they get frustrated, they think, I want to become God. So this tendency of becoming God is, Prabhupada writes, this is the last snare of Maya. So Prabhupada writes this many times, last snare of Maya. Wanting to become God. In Bhagavatam, in many places, the creation is described. And in the end of the 5th canto, Shukadeva Goswami says, the creation pastimes are easy to understand than the 10th canto pastimes, or the Leela avatar, the pastimes which Lord performs in his avatar as Krishna, Ram, and all that. Of course, Krishna is not avatari. Krishna is not avatari, he is avatari. So many avatars, the pastimes which Lord performs, they are difficult to understand. We may think, well, it is the other way around for me. For us, the creation pastimes are inconceivable. We can't understand what is happening from where this element is coming and how it is getting created is so very complex. But Shukdev Goswami says it is easy to understand. Why? Why it is easy to understand? Because nobody can imitate the creation pastimes of the Lord. Nobody can say, I will also do creation. I will also create material universe. Not possible. But to imitate some of the pastimes of Krishna, it is easy. Oh, Krishna is dancing with gopis, I can also dance. Krishna is stealing. Krishna is telling lie. So therefore, when we hear such wonderful creation pastimes, we hear these types of prayers where Brahma is saying, you are the origin of everything, you are all pervading, you are in everyone's heart. And Prabhupada is giving so many quotations. How Lord is beyond us. He is unlimited. He's Vibhu. He is Kshetragya, who knows all the Kshetra. We know only our Kshetra. We know only our body. But the Lord knows all the bodies. Lord is all powerful. Lord is all pervading. He can do unimaginable things. Swifter than the mind. Tadaijati, tannaijati, tadadure, tadavantige, tadantarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bahyataha, which Ishopanishad says. Lord is inside, outside. Lord is near, Lord is far. These are the inconceivable potencies of the Lord. Just to show that we can never become God. You know, the whole process of bhakti is to purify our intentions. You know, the intentions, they matter a lot in the path of bhakti. The intention of enjoying this world to intention of serving Krishna. This shift, it may take many, many lifetimes. And by some inconceivable mercy of the Lord and the devotees, at least now we have understood that we have to make this shift. Tiprena bhakti yogena. And if we all want to practice intense bhakti, now we have understood to change my intentions. And how the intentions will change by practicing bhakti intensely, tiprena bhakti. Most important thing is, if our intentions are focused on if our intentions are pure, then we become intense automatically. Intentions instills intensity. Intention means conscious determination to do something. And intensity means wholehearted absorption in doing that thing. So if our intention is very clear, then we will practice bhakti intensely. And why we should practice bhakti intensely? What is the need to practice bhakti with intensity? Because bhakti is called as sudurlabha. Sudurlabha means it is very, very rare. And this is one of the qualities of pure devotional service. Secondary qualities. Kleshagni, Shubhada, Sudurlabha, Sandrananda Visheshatama, Mokshalabhudakrit, Shri Krishna, Karshini. Rupa Goswami describes these 6 characteristics in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu NOD. Why bhakti is sudurlabha? Because Krishna doesn't give it so easily. Why Krishna doesn't give it so easily? Because Lord is controlled by his devotees. But there is another reason why bhakti is sudurlabha. Because we don't practice intensely. Shinmata Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatascha svacheshtitam. Jiva Goswami quotes this verse, Shrindvata Shraddhaya Nityam. If somebody is hearing with faith regularly, Grinatascha, applying, Swacheshtitam. This word is very important. Swacheshta means intense endeavor. If we are not endeavoring intensely, then it is very difficult to change our desires. If we are not intense in our devotional practices, we will not develop that taste which we are aspiring for. We all are aspiring for the taste in devotional service. And the taste comes when we connect our consciousness with Krishna. When we practice bhakti wholeheartedly, then we experience that little bit of the taste. But our situation is, we are not intense many times. Our mind never allows us to be intense. We keep on looking here and there. So the question is how to increase our intensity. First thing we should do is by probing and purifying our intentions. By probing means we have to introspect. What are my intentions? In every action we do, what is my intention? Do I want to be glorified or do I want to glorify others? Do I want to be served or do I want to serve others? What are my intentions? We have to probe them. This entire universe is made because we wanted to enjoy. Krishna is so merciful that he has created this entire universe to fulfill the desire of a rebellious living entity. We will never do that. If somebody is not following what we are telling, we will never do what he wants. Krishna is so merciful. He has created this entire universe to fulfill the desire of a rebellious living entity. The desire of a living entity is toughest to change. And this entire material creation is a testimony of how much Krishna loves living entities, all of us. He is generous in fulfilling the desires of every living entity. So therefore, we should understand that we need to purify our intentions. We need to understand the intentions of Krishna. We need to understand the intentions of our acharyas. It is not so easy to understand the intentions of Krishna. If our intelligence and consciousness is contaminated, we will never understand. In due course of time in our stay in this material world, everything is destroyed. Time destroys everything. But one thing is not destroyed by time. What is that? That is false ego. False ego is never destroyed. Jijivishena hamihamuya kim mantar bahishchavritayeva yonya ichhami kalena nayasya viplava tasyatmaloka varnayasya moksham. Gajendra, he's offering this beautiful prayer. He says, "Oh my Lord, I don't want to live now. I don't want to get freed from the clutches of this crocodile now. I want to be freed from the clutches of this material existence. What is the use of this liberation from crocodile? This body is full of ignorance. Antar bahishcha vritaye bayonya. Inside I am covered by ignorance, outside I am covered by this material body of an elephant. Ichhami kalena yasya viplava. In due course of time, everything is destroyed, but this ignorance is not destroyed. Krishna, he has made this entire creation to assist the jiva in his desire of enjoyment. So, one time Jayapataka Maharaj, he was telling that they were in Montreal temple and Prabhupada was there. In his room, there was one cockroach moving. Prabhupada took that cockroach in his hand, opened the window, and told the cockroach, "Here I am giving you the whole world, now enjoy it." And he threw the cockroach outside and closed it. So, Krishna has made this entire world so that we can enjoy. One time, Srila Prabhupada told, Krishna has made this world for enjoyment. And everybody was happy. Wow. First time Swamiji is speaking something which we like to hear. And then Prabhupada said, not for your enjoyment, for his enjoyment. And Krishna enjoys when he sees living entities turning towards him. So purification of our intentions, it is very, very important. How the intentions will be purified? The intentions will be purified by, first, by association. The more we associate with purified souls, sincere devotees, the more we get purified. In this world, everybody has this desire, dhanam, janam, sundari, kavita. After coming to ISKCON, we hear no dhanam, no janam, no sundari, no kavita. And Mahaprabhu, he knows, Kali Yuga people, they can make all the adjustments. So he didn't say na dhanam, janam, sundari, kavita, because he knew people may think, okay, na dhanam, okay, theek hai, but janam, sundari, kavita is okay. So he was very, very particular. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye. This shift from enjoyment to service, it doesn't happen automatically. In third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, third chapter, Shukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, they are discussing, and Shukdev Goswami in the third chapter gives a list of the demigod worship. You want this, you worship this devata, you want this, you worship this devata. After hearing all that, Parikshit Maharaj says, if I am a demigod worshipper, at which stage will I develop faith for Supreme Lord? That means he's asking, is it that demigod worshippers naturally graduate to Krishna Bhakti? After worshipping devatas for some years or some lives, I'll become Krishna devotee. Shukdev Goswami says no. It doesn't happen automatically. एतावानेव यजताम् इह निःश्रेयसोदयम् भगवती अचलो भावो यद भागवत संगतः एतावानेव यजताम्, all these demigod worshippers, iha nishreyasodaya, they can attain the highest perfection. What is that highest perfection? Bhagavati achalo bhava, by developing spontaneous attraction for Krishna. How it will happen? Yad Bhagavata Sangataha. If one associates with devotees, only then it is possible. Otherwise, it is not possible. It will not happen automatically. At one stage, I'll graduate from Devata worship to Krishna worship. No. Yad Bhagavata Sangataha. Only when we associate with devotees, they transform our intentions. they really crush our ego, which is sometimes very painful. They really put us under difficult testing situations. And a new devotee, if he is not so aware of importance of association, he may think, well, I have to go through all these problems in association, I'll leave. If one leaves, we will not be purified. If there are many stones with sharp edges kept in one jar, one bottle, just by constant moving of this jar, these sharp edges, they become smooth. When we are in association of devotees, our lower tendencies are purified. Only in association it happens. It is crucial. It is not option. It is compulsion. Rupa Vilas Prabhu, one of Prabhupada's disciples, he was telling that they were having a discussion with Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was talking about Vedanta, and he was talking how Mayavadis, they can't understand Krishna, that they can't understand Vedanta. Then Prabhupada asked, why they could not understand? Why they can't understand Vedanta? And Brahmanand Prabhu was there. So he said, he quoted, Naham Prakash Sarvasya Yogamaya Samavrita, from Bhagavad Gita, this verse, Krishna covers himself. Oh, Prabhupada was not satisfied with that answer. Somebody else said something, he was not satisfied. And then another devotee, Dayananda Prabhu, he was there. He got up and said, they cannot understand because they haven't got Bhaktivedanta. And Prabhupada smiled and said, yes, here is the answer. So unless one gets association of devotees and unless one gets devotion, Bhakti, Vedanta, unless one gets devotion in association of devotees, it is very, very difficult to change and purify our intentions. So this Bhagavatam can cut through the toughest element by giving us the importance of devotees. Throughout the Bhagavatam, we hear so many great devotees when Krishna is appearing in front of them. What are they asking for? And Dhruva, he did such intense tapasya, Lord appeared in front of him. What is he asking? Bhakti muhu pravahatam tvai me prasango bhuyadantam hatam amalashayanam yenanjasolvanamuru vyasanam bhavaktim neshe bhavadguna kathamritapanamattah. He says, oh my Lord, I want to hear your katha in association of your devotees. Bhakti muhu, again and again I want to hear. Tvai me prasango, in association of your devotees. They are Amala Shayanam, they are purified souls. Lord may say, okay, that's okay, good sentiment, but have you made any plan to cross over this material existence? Or you will stay only in association of devotees? Dhruva, with his hands raised in air, he says, oh my Lord, that is not a problem at all. I will quickly cross this ocean of material existence, which is so very intense, huge, vast. I'll not even realize it. Anjasa, Genanjasolbanam. This material world, it is terrible. Ulbanam. Uru, huge. I'll cross it very easily because Neshe Bhavad Gunakatham because I'll be absorbed in your katha. I'll be intoxicated in your katha. This intoxication happens only in association. A person who is drunk, intoxicated with liquor, cannot reach home on his own. But a person, a devotee who is intoxicated in Harikatha will definitely reach ultimately back home, back to garden. So association is very, very important. In association, we hear the glories of Krishna. एई अमृत कर पान यार सम नहियान चित्ते कर सुदृढ़ विश्वास ना पड़ा को तर्क करते अमेध्य कर कशा वर्ते याते पढ़ ले
क्या
वो
उसको करा के लेके आओ वी हैव टू गो डॉक्टर डेंटिस्ट के पास जाना है
Ei Amrit Karpan, Kaviraj Goswami is saying, please taste this nectar of Harikatha. There is nothing like this. Please have faith. Chitte kara sudrida vishwas. Don't indulge yourself in hearing the other topics of the world, which is like abominable. So the more we hear Bhagavatam, the more we hear Harikatha. Now, many times we hear Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and scriptures thinking that what will I get from this? But we should also hear Krishna Katha with this motive that I don't want anything from this, I just want to hear this. That is a different type of hearing when we have no motivations, when we are just with Krishna, just want to hear about Krishna. That is the level which we have to reach up to. Krishna Bhakti Siddhantagani Yate Prafulla Padmavan Tara Madhukari Aswadan Prema Rasa Kumudavane Prafullita Ratri Dine Tate Charao Mano Bringagan. Kaviraj Goswami says, Krishna Bhakti Siddhanta, the devotional service to Krishna, it is like a forest full of full-blown lotus flowers, fully blown. Yate prafulla padmavan, please drink this nectar of Harikatha. Tara madhukari aswadan, prema rasa kumuduvane. And in this forest, please roam day and night. Tate charao mano bhringagan, please roam in this forest and your mind will be purified. So it is very, very important to hear Hari Katha in association of devotees, then will be purified. And we don't have to analyze our problems, our anarthas, when they will go, how they will go. Just try to be focused in hearing Hari Katha in a prayerful mood. If somebody has fallen in ocean, and if a helicopter comes and throws a rope, then the person who is drowning cannot, argue. First of all, you tell me who pushed me in this ocean. It is not the time to ask such questions. Just catch hold of that rope. That rope is a rope of devotion. We are fallen in this ocean of material existence, which is like a deep, dark well. If somebody is fallen in well, how can he come out of that well? If somebody throws a rope from above, he has to catch hold of that rope. We are fallen in this ocean, in this well of material existence. And in this well, there is no water. There are snakes. What are these snakes? The snakes of our material desires, which are born from our mind. They are biting us again and again. Manasi japani jushte labda patosmi dushte timir gahan rupe hant sansara kupe ajit nikhil raksha hetu sansara daksha upanaya mama haste bhakti rajyo namaste. Prabhu Goswami is, quoting this beautiful verse, and Padyavali says, Manasi ja, that which is born from mind. What takes birth from mind? Desires. He says, Manasi ja fani jushte, the snake of my material desires have bitten. Labdapatosme dushte. I am in this well. Now I am bitten by the snakes of material desires. Timira gahana rupe. There is intense darkness in this material existence. This well is completely dark. Oh my Lord, you are Ajita. You are unconquerable. You never fail in protecting your devotees. Ajita Nikhil Raksha. Hetu Sansara Daksha. You are expert in protecting your devotees. Therefore, Upanaya Mamahaste Bhaktirajyo Namaste. Please give in my hands the rope of devotion. Who will give this rope? Only devotees will give this rope. So the more we are in association of devotees, our intentions are getting purified. Another thing we should be focusing on is to see the purpose. Our intentions will be purified by association. Secondly, by focusing on the purpose. Sureshwar Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple, very senior Prabhupada disciple, he tells this. One time, one Mataji, she asked Prabhupada, he said, one devotee asked, one Prabhu asked, Prabhupada, if the purpose of life is to know about God, about Krishna, then why Maya is so strong? Without a blink, Prabhupada said, because your purpose is not strong. The more our purpose is strong, why I am doing this? Why is it important? Am I convinced personally about this? If my purpose is not strong, I will not take the effort of purifying my intentions. This introspection is very important. And two things are very important in purifying our purpose, focusing on our purpose. Reading scriptures regularly and praying regularly. Scriptures, they are very, very important. They are not an option. We all should have some habit of reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, at least something every day in a prayerful mood. Bhagavatam is not a book, it is a person. And if you want to develop relation with somebody, you have to spend time with that person. If we want Bhagavatam to reveal, we have to spend time with Bhagavatam. Then Bhagavatam will reveal. Bhagavatam is non-different than Krishna. It's described in Padma Puran. The first canto and second canto, they are the lotus feet of Krishna. Third canto is calf. Fourth canto, thighs. Fifth canto, the navel. Sixth canto, the chest. Seventh and eighth, they are the two arms of the Lord. Ninth canto is the neck, the throat. The 10th canto is the lotus face. The 11th canto is the forehead. 12th canto is the head of the Lord. Pado yadiyo pratamo dvitiyo tritiya turyo katito yadoru navistata panchama eva sashto bhujantaram daur yugalo tathanyu antasturajan navamo yadiyo mukharvindam dashamam prafullam एकादशौ यस्य ललाटपट्टं शिरोऽपि तु द्वादशेव भाति. Try to be with Krishna. Try to be with Bhagavatam. That will give us focus in our life. What is our purpose? Because Bhagavatam is full of devotees who have given their life for Krishna. Everything they have given for Krishna. Bhagavatam describes through the stories of various devotees how our intentions are purified. By story of Dhruv Maharaj, by story of Prachina Barhi he was doing engaged in materialistic yajna. So many descriptions. Prayers. First studying and then praying. One time Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he was many years back, he was doing his book launch, journey home. One reporter came and he was asking, "So Swamiji, are you an author?" So Maharaj very humbly said, "No, I am a prayer. I just pray to the Lord and the Lord directs me." And this whole journey home, we know, we have heard, read how the life of a devotee is full of prayers, prayers of hope, prayers expressing one's surrender, prayers seeking guidance, prayers, how can I see the hand of the Lord in my life? So these prayers are very important. Hope against hope. Although I am full of sins, full of anarthas, but still, because Lord has shown mercy to so many devotees in the past, He'll show mercy to me also. Prachinanam bhajanamatulam dushkaram shinvato me nairashena jvalatiridayam bhaktileshalasasya. This devotee is praying, "Oh my Lord, Prachinanam bhajanamatulam." When I hear the intense devotion performed by the devotees of the past, Dushkar Bhakti, very intense. Shinvato, I hear. You know what happens? Nairashyena Jwalati Hridayam. My heart burns in desperation. Hopelessness. Why? Bhakti Leshala Sasya, I have no devotion. But Vishwadrichim Magaratava Karnyakarunya Vichim Asha Bindu Kshiptamidam Upaiti Antare Anta Shaityam. He says, but when I see the history, we have seen mercy to so many devotees. That gives hope. That is like shower of cooling rains on my burning heart. So such prayers are very, very important. And we pray to the Lord. That is very important. So it is very important to focus on the purpose and understand what is our intention. Intention of glorifying oneself to glorifying our acharyas, glorifying spiritual masters, glorifying Srila Prabhupada, glorifying Guru Parampara. That is a pride we should have. Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaj writes in his commentary on this Madhurya Kadambini, he says, what is the position of pride in Krishna consciousness? Can we be proud of anything? He said, yes. We can be proud of our parampara. We can be proud of our scriptures. We can be proud of Srila Prabhupada. We can be proud of our spiritual masters, our acharyas. And we should endeavor to glorify them. One time, Prabhupada was in the house of one life member in India, and there was one devotee, Amogh Prabhu. He was assisting Prabhupada. So this person, this life member, he had invited many other swamis, and they were speaking. Somebody started speaking about Mayavad. Somebody started speaking and they say, we don't believe in Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada became really upset. He argued with that person. And then after this whole intense discussion, ultimately it ended and they invited everybody for lunch. Prabhupada said, we can go now. His devotee said, Prabhupada, they are calling you for lunch. In the next room, they have prepared so much. Prabhupada said, we can go now. So this devotee said, yes, Prabhupada, we can go. They left. And the organizers, they were very upset. But what happened, this devotee, he created some impression that Srila Prabhupada wanted to stay, but this Amogha Prabhu, he misdirected and he, took Prabhupada back. So this devotee was telling, disciple can take some blame. Instead of someone blaming the guru, disciple should take the blame. The position of the guru, the respect of guru and spiritual master and acharyas and Srila Prabhupada, it should never be compromised. So that is how we have to, be in that mood. The mood of taking credit to giving credit. Taking glorification to giving glorification to the parampara, to acharyas. Krishna never takes the credit. Our acharyas, they never take credit. Whatever they have done, they never take credit. Brahmaji, when Narad Muni goes to him and says, Brahmaji, oh Father, it seems you are the Lord, you are the Supreme Lord, you have created this universe, you are maintaining it, you destroy it like a spider, you are independent. So Brahmaji, all he had to say was, oh yes, you are saying right. And nobody would have blamed Brahma because he is doing so much. But Brahmaji, what is he saying? I am recreating what is already created by the Lord. Srijyam Srijami Srishtoham. Never takes the credit. Arjun, he's never taking credit that I did all this thing, I defeated all these Kauravas. He never took the credit. It comes in the first canto. When Arjun is returning back from Dwarka with all the wives of Krishna, he was attacked by some cowherd men with simple bow and arrows. They defeated Arjun. Arjun was devastated. That personality who had defeated Bhishma, Drona, Kripa, entire Kuru army, is now defeated by some simple cowherd men with simple bow and arrows. He comes back and tells, this is the same Gandhiva, same arrow, same chariot, same same warrior. Everything has become null and void because Krishna has left. All my power was coming from Krishna. Tadvai dhanushtai shavaratho hayaste soham rati nipatayastadanamanti sarvam shanena tadabhuda sadishariktam bhasmam hutam puhakaradham ivoktumushyam. If somebody puts seed in barren land, nothing grows. If somebody puts oblations on ashes, no use. If somebody moves a magic wand in the air, nothing comes out. Similarly, I could bewilder greatest of the warriors. The kings would come and bow down in front of me, but now everything has become null and void because Ishariktam, Krishna has left. So without mercy of the Lord, without mercy of acharyas, we are nothing. That is the intention of a devotee. Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he was recalling that one time Srila Prabhupada was in Brooklyn. He was on a morning walk. And as he's on a walk with some disciples, at one point, at one place, Prabhupada saw that there was a small boy with his father. And A small boy wanted to post. This father gave a letter in the hand of the small boy, and he was putting this letter in the post box. But he was a small boy, could not reach. So what father did? He just picked him up, and then boy was dropping the letter in the box. It was a simple thing, very ordinary. Prabhupada saw this, he became absorbed in seeing this. And then later he said, just see, this little boy on his own, he could not do this. But when the affectionate father helps, then it is possible. So that is the mood of giving credit to acharyas, to parampara. So I am not able to do anything on my own. Only by your mercy, O my Lord, I can do this. That's the mood of our acharyas. So Prabhupada, he would give all the credit to his Guru Saraswati Thakur, to his disciples. Even Krishna gives credit to his devotees. He never takes credit. So that's how, we have to be in the mood of giving credit. That is how gradually we have to purify our intentions. Then we will understand that this entire world, which is created by the Lord, God is so great. He is giving facility to such an insignificant living entity like me so that ultimately I can serve him. That is for my benefit. That's why again and again, Shastras, they describe Lord is great. We are insignificant. We are supposed to serve him. That is the highest benefit for a living entity. And that is what is described in this verse in great detail by Srila Prabhupada, quoting again and again so many verses, how we are insignificant. Mamaivamsha. Lord has unlimited power. He has inconceivable potencies. So that is what we wanted to discuss today. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. If anybody has any questions, they can please ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this wonderful class. Always you take so many examples from our previous acharyas and practical examples to give us the points. Yes, Prabhuji, we have to take the credits and give it to our acharyas. So, and we will have to see the Lord in their perspective. Thank you, Prabhu, for this wonderful class. Dear devotees, if you have any questions or comments, you can ask now. Prabhuji, we were talking about not taking big response, big credits, and not becoming famous, not becoming published. But sometimes here, while preaching, they will have to advertise themselves. So how to give the balance there?
It is not about advertising. It is about the mood in which we are doing that thing. Srila Prabhupada, when he went to America, he had to advertise. He tried so many ways, putting in the newspaper and doing so many things about Krishna consciousness, about the classes which he's taking. But what was the mood? I'm doing it because this is a service which is given to me by my Guru. And ultimately it is given by Nityananda Prabhu. It is not my job. It is a job of Nityananda Prabhu, and he has given me this seva. So I am doing it on his behalf. Nothing mine. That is the mood of a devotee, because externals may look the same. A materialistic person also advertises about himself. we see we have to also advertise about ourselves, our classes, and Krishna consciousness, but the mood matters. What is the mood behind my advertisement? Why I am speaking all this? Because I want to glorify Krishna. I don't want to glorify myself. That is most important to understand. If we are not careful about this mood, then we will be, will be taken away by the waves of material energy. Maya, they will trick us. Instead of glorifying Krishna, we'll start glorifying ourselves. Wherever we'll get more glorification, we'll go there. We have seen in the life of Prabhupada, when he's speaking to somebody, when he's going and getting interviewed, he was interviewed by big news channels with millions of viewers. But we have heard repeatedly, when Prabhupada is giving an interview, he is not thinking about the audience. He is talking to the person who is interviewing him. And Prabhupada wanted that this person should understand Krishna consciousness. And many times it would happen that the newspaper, the interview is over, and then this person says, "Okay, Swamiji, thank you very much." And Prabhupada said, "No, you have to first understand this." He would start preaching to the interviewer. So that is the mood of a preacher in Krishna consciousness. It is not that I want to get glorified. I want to share this message with everyone. Whatever is needed, I'll do that. So that is the mood of a preacher. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you so much that he's speaking to the interviewer. In this one small question, Prabhuji, there is also one more point that one should not expose what he is doing, then there is no mercy coming. Like whatever he does, seva, that I did, then it's gone there. Like you only Krishna has to know and Guru has to know. So how to relate and compromise with that point also?
That is the problem with the institution. Although when we are doing seva, Krishna is acknowledging, but because we are serving in an institution, some and devotees should know that I am responsible devotee. I am doing the seva which is allotted to me. So we have to also communicate that I am doing this seva. Not because I want to glorify myself, but because institution needs it. That is some drawback of an institution. Because we are working in a material institution, spiritual organization, but in this world it is material institution. Managing things and building temples, although it is material in this material world, but ultimately it is for spiritual thing. So we have to follow some material protocols also. That is why we have to always maintain that, consciousness that why I'm doing this. Always introspect. Why I'm doing this? Do I want to glorify myself as a better devotee? Or do I want to get more seva? That's why I'm doing this. I have to tell that, okay, I'm doing this because I want more seva. So our consciousness is very, very important. Why I'm doing this? That's why every moment we should be introspective. Why I'm saying this? Why I did that? That's why path of bhakti is not so easy path. Shurasya dhara nishita duratyaya. It is like walking on a razor's edge. You have to be really careful. Otherwise, institutional success and personal success both are important. We are doing our services, institution will grow, but am I growing in Krishna consciousness? That is also equally important. Personal success means becoming more attached to Krishna, more humble, prayerful, not proud. So that's how we have to be always, thinking, am I going right? And for that, we can keep asking devotees who are very near to us, who give right feedback. And we should present ourselves in such a way that devotees can give feedback. Otherwise, if we have made an image about ourselves, people say, devotees say, इनको कौन बोलेगा? No? Who will tell this devotee? He never listens. So that is how it is. Shurasya dhara. You have to be careful. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Now I request Radha Jyoti Mataji, you can ask your question.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for allowing me to ask the question. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances at dust of your lotus feet. Prabhuji, my question is a little different from this class. I was listening you since beginning, but I was not on Zoom. Prabhuji, my question is actually about the soul and the heart. What exactly is the difference? Like, how we will understand we are chanting from our heart, and how we will understand that we will be able to chant from our soul, or any symptoms, any practical inputs could you give so that we can at least get some glimpse while chanting something is happening or not, like if we are in the loop or we are completely out of that loop. I just wanted to know. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhupada would always say, just chant and hear. That's all. And purification is happening. That is a faith that devotee should have. Gradually, the chanting goes from superficial level, namabhas. First, it is offensive chanting, then namabhas, and then Shuddhanam is by mercy of the Lord. So, by our efforts, we can reach the stage of namabhas, the stage where we are very conscious when we are chanting. And gradually, when we get purified, of course, that takes a long time, maybe lifetimes. When we are purified, then Nishtha and then Ruchi comes. Ruchi is given by the Lord. The devotee can come to Nishtha by his own endeavor or her own endeavor, of course. Along with our endeavor, mercy also is there. But the taste for chanting will come at the stage of Ruchi only. So we should not be so much concerned when will I get that taste? Am I advancing? We should be worrying about, am I chanting attentively? While chanting, what other things I am doing? Sometimes people, they chant also and mobile also is going on, and this one finger comes out of the bead bag. That is the biggest culprit. Devotees can do all the things with that one finger while chanting also. And devotees say, आज का जपा productive था बहुत. It was a productive chanting. I could do so many things while chanting. So to the extent we are attentive while we are chanting, prayerful while we are chanting, that is success of our chanting. Then chanting is happening from our mind or our heart. That is not so important. Important is, have we put our attention in our japa? Have we prayed while we are chanting? Then we are chanting from our heart. Otherwise, it is very superficial chanting. Chanting from heart means I want to come close to Krishna. I just don't want to finish my rounds. I want to come close to Krishna. And how we will pray, how we will chant in that mode, just like Radhanath Maharaj, somebody asked the same question, similar question. Maharaj, most of the times our chanting is like very superficial. We are just counting. how to understand that we chant from heart? So Maharaj, he spoke similar words. He gave an example of a beggar. He said, if a beggar comes in a Bentley car, dressed very nicely, and she says, oh, please give me some bakshish, who will feel inspired to give? But if somebody comes in a very ragged clothes, very thin, then people will give. So when we are chanting, what is our mood in our chant? Are we praying? Are we begging in that mood? Then we will get mercy. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Bahujanma kore yadi shravana kirtan tabuta na paye Krishna pade prem dhan. We can keep on chanting for lifetimes, but will not achieve love of God if we are not attentive, if we are making a pradh. So that's how we have to understand these principles. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Prabhuji, can I ask one more question?
Ah, yes.
Okay,
Okay, Prabhuji, and about the glorification part that you told us, but what exactly happened to us is we are practically engaged with the services, and some here and there bhajans and then arati, and that's it. Our day ends. There is no extra time to put our endeavors for this glorification up till and until we make an extra efforts. And we have physical constraints and many other social constraints as well when we deal with this material world. So in such practical situation, how we should learn or find out, or what we can do to glorify, because it's not like we don't want, but we don't find that extra time to do this.
I didn't understand the glorification of what?
Glorification of acharyas. Even day before yesterday I was just listening to the salted bread, and I was thinking a whole entire, like, for so many years it happened, but we could not hear about our own devotees who struggled. They were like how we are struggling. They were also from going from our phase, but we had no time to understand them. So forget about acharyas, right? So I wanted to know how to glorify, because there is no time for us.
Just by following what they have told us to do. By reading scriptures and trying to follow what they have said. That is a glorification of our acharyas. Trying to hear about them, trying to speak about them, trying to imbibe the mood they had. This is a glorification of acharyas. Prominently, by just following what they have said. The acharyas are glorified by the activities of the parampara, by the disciples. If the disciples are following, then the guru is glorified. Oh, he is a disciple of this guru, then the guru will be glorified. If the disciple is doing great, seva or great things in Krishna consciousness. So just try to follow whatever instructions are given, and that's a glorification. And whenever we get time, we should try to read about them, try to speak about them. Okay? Thank you, Hare Krishna.
But Prabhuji, if I'm reading Bhagavatam sincerely and I'm not getting time at all.
But that's okay. Keep on studying Bhagavatam. Keep on studying and sharing Bhagavatam. That is sufficient to glorify Acharyas. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, and eternally grateful to you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Next, I request Manjari Leela Mataji. You can please ask your question.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Mataji, for allowing me to ask the question. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Prabhuji, wonderful class as always. My question to you is about how, I think I have a little confusion, or I just need clarification. When Gajendra was praying to the Lord in his helpless condition, that I don't want to just be relieved from the clutches of this crocodile. I want to be relieved from this material world, this material body. And we always hear, on the other hand, that, a pure devotee does not even wish for liberation. He's always happy with whatever Krishna decides for them. So if there has to be life after life in this material world that Krishna desires for this devotee, that is what the true devotion means. So, but Gajendra was asking to get rid of this whole idea, and we always feel that as a devotees, maybe when there's a maturity in the devotion, then we do. Because out of the four Sukritis, right, when they initially go to Krishna, at that time they have that desire to be relieved from this material world, or liberation to serve the Lord. But then, how do we understand? And after maturity, we understand that that's not how it's supposed to be. We should be understanding that Krishna has, wherever Krishna puts us, we would be okay and preach the message of the Lord. So how do we understand? Because Gajendra still got, liberation, and he was asking for it in the distressed condition.
Yeah. So rightly said, Mataji, a devotee is not after liberation, is after devotion. And that is what Lord also acknowledges in Kapila prayers, Kapila's instructions. He says, my devotee is not interested in liberation. Salokya, Sarishti, Samipya, Sarupya, Diyamanam na grihanti. Even if it is given, he will not accept it if there is no seva. So naturally, a devotee wants to be free from clutches of material energy. But that is not the end of the prayers. In the further prayers, if you see, Gajendra asks for devotional service also. So it is natural for a devotee to pray for liberation from the material bondage. But that liberation from material bondage is not the end. After getting liberated from the material bondage, devotee wishes to engage in devotional service. Because if there is no service, devotee is not interested in going to that place. So that is what Gajendra also offers, prayers. In the next few verses, I've just seen those prayers only. He offers prayer. In just the next few verses, I think after 3-4 prayers, he says, I offer my obeisances unto Supreme, who is seen in the core of heart by mystic yogis. And when they are completely purified and freed from the reactions of fruitive activity by practicing bhakti yoga. So this practice of bhakti yoga, it is innate in the devotee. He is not after liberation. He may offer prayers for getting liberated from the material clutches, material world, but that is not the end of the prayer of a devotee. Devotee is interested in only going to a place where service is there. Devotee is only interested in going to a place where Krishna Katha is going on. As it is described in 5th canto, there's a prayer which devotees offer. I don't want to be in heaven. Nayatra Vaikuntha Katha Sudapagana Sadhavo Bhagavatasthadashraya Nayatra Yagyesha Makama Utsava Suresha Loko Pinavaisha Sepyatam. If there is no Krishna Katha, if there is no association, if there is no festivals and glorification of the Lord, I don't want to go there even if it is heaven. So that is aspiration of a devotee. So Gajendra, he is a purified soul by this time. Therefore, he asks for devotion also. Actually, he mentions the name of Narayan. Many of the prayers are without names, but in one of the prayers, he also mentions, I'm offering this prayer to Narayan. And that's why the Lord comes and he liberates him, takes him to Vaikuntha. So that's how we can understand these things. Okay.
Yes. Just a follow up here. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So, is it okay if a devotee has a desire to have the liberation in the service of Radha Shyam Sundar in the Golok Vrindavan? Is that okay?
We cannot practice bhakti at a level where we are not. Getting liberated is not a bad thing. It is not that going to Goloka Vrindavan, it is a material desire. It is a spiritual desire. Going back home, back to God, it is great. After getting this desire, naturally, after getting more and more purified, the devotee will ask for seva. So if we are at the level where we think, I want to get liberated, I want to go to spiritual world and serve the Lord there, no problem in that desire. It is also pure devotional desire. The service is there. I want to serve. But if the desire is, I want to get liberated from this material world, because there is too much of problem here. That is not a pure devotional desire. That is desire of a jnani.
Right.
So if there is a desire for service, that is a pure desire.
Okay.
And then after one gets really purified, then the devotee says, oh my Lord, Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichha tohar, you keep me wherever you want. Ashlishyama padaratam panashtumam adarshanam. So that is the prayer which automatically comes in the life of this devotee. Wherever you want to keep me, my Lord. I am happy. I am your servant. I have no expectations. You want to keep me in this material world? Keep me here. If you want to take me to spiritual world, take me. So if we have, desire, no, I want to get liberated, I want to go back to Goloka only and serve the Lord. No problem with that desire. You should not think that is a lower type of material desire, spiritual desire. No, it is not like that. Because there is seva in that. Okay?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for clarifying. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for that interesting question. Anjana Gopika Mataji, you can please ask your question now.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much. It's a very nice class and always it's very, very inspiring classes. Prabhuji, I have one question. Just like when we get the services from Hindu community or temple, Hindu temple, I mean, I just got the services for kids and others also the classes, but how we can present ourselves. Sometimes our philosophy is too straightforward, deep in the philosophy, and they don't want. Sometimes I was feeling same way. Means, can you do little a small kind of story? And it's kind of very hard to understand for everyone. Kind of things comment was coming. Means how we have to present. Problem means we have to make sure we have to also present our philosophy, but can also digest their level.
So when we are presenting our philosophy to the secular audience or to Hindu audience, we should never ever disturb their faith. We should never speak something which will burn the bridge. Because ultimately, when we are presenting to Vedic community, Hindu community, we want them to come to devotional service. It is like the bridge. And if we speak very strongly, then we are burning that bridge. So we should never ever criticize their practices. We should always glorify and appreciate whatever they are doing, and at the same time present the basic principles of Bhagavad Gita. Never forcing them to follow what we are doing, but just presenting the facts given in scriptures, at the same time glorifying and appreciating what they are doing. So there will be some people who will appreciate what we have said, and they will start following what we are doing. But if we start speaking strongly against their practices, they will never like it. they will never come to this side, and they'll develop ill feeling for our practices. So overall, when we are preaching to Hindu community, those who are not so-called Krishna conscious and directly devotional, try to be very, very gracious, presenting simple philosophy, always appreciating what they are doing, and gradually bring them closer to the path. Try to engage them in some devotional activities so that they also get mercy of the Lord. Unconsciously, their Sukriti, Agyat Sukriti will increase. So that is what we can do when we are, preaching to such people. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah,
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
yeah, one explanation means how we don't the expectation sometime is there. That is my fault, but how we just don't. You just mention also we should not do, just to give them the devotional service small way. And so sometimes the expectation is there in us. That's why we do the wrong things or we get little disturbed. I mean, how the expectation should not be there. Probably how we can develop that kind of attitude. Yes, just a service.
We should be mature in presenting philosophy gradually. We cannot give the highest to new people. That will be a ninth offense against the holy name. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. You should never present the high philosophy to a new person. Be very mature. We may want to bring them to the highest level, but we should know where they are now. And gradually bring them closer, one step ahead. That requires some training, learning from some people, some devotees who are doing it, preaching to people who are in the secular world and trying to gradually bring them to Krishna consciousness, giving some life lessons, and then teaching them how to practice spiritual life. So it requires some training, some guidance.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, thank you for answering.
Thank you, Mataji, for that question. I think Prabhuji's signal is a little low. We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes.
See,
Prabhuji, we couldn't hear you for the last 1 minute or few seconds.
Hare Krishna, sorry, I think there was some network issue.
Yes, sir. Last few seconds.
So there is one question I am finding that at times I am competing with my fellow devotees during services, how to overcome. Just keep praying to the Lord to overcome this mentality. We are not there to compete with anyone, but because we have this anartha. So even if we don't want, these feelings come. So we can be in prayer. We should always be prayerful. I want to serve in right consciousness. I don't want to be better. I want to serve in best way, but I don't want to show that I am the great devotee. This is very, very difficult thing in our contaminated state. But only thing we can do is we can be prayerful. Being prayerful that, oh my Lord, please remove these anartha conditionings. I am not able to appreciate others. I want to show how great I am. That is there in every living entity. So we can just humbly pray to the Lord. That is the option. That is the only thing which we can do. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. There is one hand raise. I request Bala Prabhu, you can ask your question.
This will be the last question which we will take, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can ask question.
Prabhuji, you can unmute.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, now you can ask.
Thank you very much. So my understanding, Prabhuji, that the mood is important rather than the mere act. Am I right on that?
Yes.
So
mood is more important.
So can you give some tips on how to develop that mood?
Keep reading Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. See the mood of the devotees. Associate with devotees who have that mood. And we will also develop that mood. Pray for that mood. If we are not praying, we will not get it. We have to pray to the Lord sincerely to get that mood of sincere, humble devotion. So there is no other option. We have to be prayerful. We have to be with the devotees who have that mood. Then gradually we'll at least theoretically we'll get that mood. And then by many years of practice, we'll actually imbibe that mood. Okay. So that is what we can do, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, there is one short question in chat. They are asking how much rounds does a non-initiated person have to chant?
That you can tell.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have messaged them. Okay. Okay, we'll end here. We'll pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas and Prabhuji, Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevcha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavamyo Bhaktakoti Vaishnavrinda ki Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Gaur Vilas Prabhuji ki Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Radhe.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you all devotees.